Hey, how's it going, my man? Yeah, I'm serious. Yep, that's how it is, man. And it's one hell of a soreness. It's very, very odd. The planets aligning themselves. It's like when elderly people feel the rain in their bones. Not only elderly people, I think there's some truth in that. You hear people that have had accidents or knee problems or shoulder problems when it's raining, when there's humidity outside, the precipitation, they're like worse off. I still got your two videos to see, man. So, man, what time is it in your end? Probably really late, eh? 8 o'clock. How many hours difference do we have, you and I? I never remember. Here's everyone else. Everyone just popped up all of a sudden. Hey, Julie. Thank you, and Mademoiselle. Hey, Chris. How's it going, man? Hey, Mr. Rollins, you got some rain in your end? It just started here about 10, 15, maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. Super Dave. Wow, I was able to say hello within the minute. Super Dave 44. It must be the end of the world if I'm starting to see you now when you come onto the streams. I love you, man. Nice to see you. Thanks for the amazing support. I hope some of you took the time to go check out Super Dave 44 because he's a big supporter of the channel. And I love the guy. And he's got a good channel at the same time. Growing community, by the way. Thanks a lot, man, for being here. There's Barb Weist. How's it going, partner? Elias, how's it going, man? Thank you very much. Elias Barnes. Justin Branch is in the house. Good day to you, too. It's probably about 30% better. It's at night. I can't lie down. If I go to lie down, the pain is excruciating. And yesterday was funny. I was tired, but which is rare. If I'm tired, it's because I was up for a while. I was standing up, and I'm like, gosh, I feel fine if I'm standing up here. Even just sitting down, it's pretty bad. Well, that's how it is. A sore back, eh? Like if I was to take a guess, I'd probably say about 70% of everyone in the world that works or that has lifted up heavy things, especially the more you go back in the years, the more people were lifting heavy. It's because we all started working before that law came out where 30 pounds was the maximum that could make people lift. See that big barrel over there, 150 to 300 pounds, roll that sucker over down to the end. Yeah, that's how most of us worked. Sometimes it's easier than grabbing a lift. Not everyone has a lift. Hola, muchas gracias. Bienvenido. 1 a.m. in the UK. So, okay, so we got 5 hours difference. I got 5 hours with you. I got 6 hours with France, depending on the time change, of course. Because when we change the time, so that means in the UK, I got 1 hour difference with you and the not 1 hour. 5 hours difference, but sometimes it could be 6 hours difference, depending on what time the change is, if you guys change or not too. The Divine Sorcerer, thanks for coming back, you guys. Thank you very much, the Divine Sorcerer, for listening in. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate that, Julie. Sugar Bee's in the house. China, return mission now. There's 4 astronauts coming back from the space station. A first commercial mission or something that they did. Hello to you, Sugar Bee. I heard a lot going on right now and around the moon. Yes. One being they liberated the people and beings. Listen, with that theory for me is so interesting because since I do believe that there are people on other planets, especially on the moon, a liberation is really scary. And liberation doesn't necessarily mean liberation they're leaving with them. It's that that were maybe liberated from being slaves. It's a scary thought. We all know that we're slaves. Some of us more than others know that we're slaves. And um, being being slaves like we are, if we believe that there's other people on other planets, well, most likely there could be slaves on other planets too. So it's like the slave universe. We all talk about the slave planet Earth. Yeah, well, more like just the thought, eh? Scary. We had tornado. Either the past few days was good today so far. We had tornado. Okay, the past few days was good today so far. That's good. Yeah, and of course they're talking about the typhoon in the Pacific beside Japan. I've been doing it on purpose, pointing at the globe for the past 3 months, because it's always in the same area where there's catastrophes occurring. So now there's a typhoon. I wonder what they're going to call that one. Typhoon Elon? I wonder. They're going to call it something. I don't know. It's probably already got a name. Do they name typhoons? So typhoon is bigger, right? Tornado, then hurricane, then typhoon. It's over the water in the Pacific right now. Pacific is always something that we hear. So we're getting a lot of wind here. Already they said it was 41 kilometers an hour winds, which it was not. It was definitely higher than that. Very spontaneous at the last minute. Supposed to rain as from now on till about 3:30 in the morning. So I hope it's not too windy tonight. Already the fence is already scrapped at the back there. Starting to bend down again there. Thanks, Julie. Yep, want to type your questions? Put some cues up in there so I can see it. Mind you, I'm trying to answer everyone, but I can't always. Ed, how's it going, brother? Hey, Skywalker, how's it going? Troll Slayer. Oh my gosh. Imagine the guy naming himself like that. Eh? That's an awesome channel name. Get some trouble with the trolls and hackers. Much like Bruce Sees All was a name that I guess goes and gets some people sometimes. Long day now, I'm retired. Good. If you're retired. Okay, you mean, okay. Retired from your day. I get it. I thought, hey guys, I just retired. I'm like, yay. How you been feeling, Kai? We're speaking about you in the last stream. I said, I hope Kai's doing well. Good evening, everyone. Don't forget your thumbs up is greatly appreciated. I put mine. Merci tellement, mon frère. Thanks so much, brother. I really appreciate that. Ralph, thanks for coming back, you guys. Good day to you. Bruce, I have your channel in my featured channel list, bro. Oh, Super Day 44. I did not know that, by the way. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Maybe I'll return the favor. Definitely. Thanks, bro. Super Dave 44. A great guy. I was going to say in a great country. It's a great country, but damn. It's not true. It's not a great country. The people are great in America now. But things are slowly coming back. And I hope lots going on now with Biden. And it's just absolutely incredible to see where things are turning. The Democrats are taking the leftists are taking another take on Biden, and now CNN, which nobody listens to, but I like to go listen to laugh at, is talking about Biden being like, a bad president now. It took them 2 years to be able to say that. They actually waited till he literally fell asleep at the podium before starting to talk about that. Justin Branch, thanks again, man, for coming in. Do you know that the way they have been teaching us to lift is half the problem? The way they have been teaching us to lift is half the problem. Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. Especially way back. It's how many times at work, and I'm sure you guys are still doing it if you're at work. That's just how it is. Sometimes, very often, that you have to lift up something or move something, and sometimes you're not always accessible to a lift. Sometimes lifts don't always get in every corner. Sometimes it's just bringing objects that are 7 or 8 pounds, but you bring it 100 times during the day. Well, there's weight there. Me, it's working on so many reasons, but especially on the docks, working on the docks and jumping off the docks often with very heavy boxes in my hand. Like, a lot of people do it once in a while, but then you do it all the time at work, and then you start realizing, So it's my discs. I'm pretty sure it's the discs that are crushed in my back. I can feel the sciatic nerve. It started going. It scared me, hey guys, because for the first time, this never happened to me. 2 weeks ago, I started losing sensation in my hands and in my feet, and started getting numbness on the sides of my face. My neck was really tight, like, I mean, really friggin' tight. So then I went out to do the tires. I got an opposite approach. I said, okay, well, if I'm feeling rickety, it's about time I get outside and do more. And I start walking and start doing a whole bunch of things, and I don't think it helped. I think I just overdid it a little bit. I'll be back on my feet in no time. Cat God 79. How's it going? Hello to you guys. G Don. Thanks, you guys. Carry those two 90-pound sacrity. 290-pound sacrity. What is 90 pounds? Sacrity. Well, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, or like, well, anyways, even on construction, going up on the ladder, remember leaning myself forward on the ladder, ripping my shirt to shit because I was going up with, roof shingles, and the packs on my shoulders, and I was leaning myself up to get the most you can get up. Do a lot of lifting sometimes. We don't think with our head very much, or it's the boss. Our boss wants to always, make us lift some heavy shit all the time. Thanks again for being here, you guys. Hey, Ruth. Ruth Kelly's in the house. Thanks a lot, you guys, for stopping by. Good morning, Ireland. Another beautiful place I'd love to visit. We have a lot of people here from Ireland, Ruth, in the community. Thanks so much for taking the time to check out the channel. I appreciate that. Been working all day, been feeling tons better. Good, man. Simon put in a word for me, I think. That's good. Well, he said he's been doing some good work. Apparently, he's got some nice contact or something, or some. I don't know if he has some audio from space or something like that. I'm so into that. You know how they listen in space, like for sounds and audio and stuff. I'd have to get myself a hold of some of that old equipment, the real equipment, to hear a whole bunch of stuff in space. That would be pretty cool. You just know I'd hear a bunch of stuff. William, thank you so much, bro. And I saw you guys commented on the live stream too. I will also be answering all those comments right after. I love you for it. Thank you so much. William, thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the comments too, man. Wow, guys. Thanks, Skywalker. Hello to you. Thanks for being here. Yes, they are liberated from being slaves. It would so make sense. Like, the first time I heard that, I said, "Wow, chills." Imagine liberating Mars and then the moon, and then maybe they'd liberate Earth at one point, which would explain why there's wars here. Honestly, because it really is a fight against good and evil, right? Imagine. Bro, thank you so much, man. That's so generous, man. Thank you very much. You rock, man. Wow. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot, Elias. How's it going? Hello to you. Tony Brooks is in the house. Bruce House, the back creator has been it's getting a bit better, man. It's getting there. Has been found under Antarctica. Creator's been found under Antarctica. I was hearing something about some of that yesterday. 300 miles wide and 1,300 feet deep. Well, that's interesting. I know that they were finding out a whole bunch of stuff about the land in Antarctica. That's another thing that really fascinates me. I was looking, Tony, just the other day at Admiral Byrd's, you know, discoveries when he went to Antarctica. Actually, went several times. I didn't know that he'd gone that many times. I think it's 1923 or 1935 was one of the years, and then there was in 43 or something like that, or 47. So all these years that they went up there and wanting to cross past the ice wall. It's interesting the discoveries that they talk about, but it seems to have a missing part to it, right? Where they talk about this haven in Antarctica where there's um, running water. It's really, really warm, and there's some parts of that video of Admiral Byrd where you see they're in sandals and shirtless. So you go, how the hell can they be in Antarctica, shirtless? And then at one point you see them with the overwhelming snow. And I'm Canadian, and I know in the winter when it goes down to -20, even just -20, but -30, -40, you can't go outside and say a word without all this condensation coming out of your mouth, vapor. So I was looking for that in the Antarctica videos, looking for the breath. In the States at one point they have something they put up in the States saying, wow, people are freezing on the highway, but again they had no breath coming out. So bro, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for appreciating the channel, you guys. That's very generous, man. Thank you so much. Wow, guys. I was supposed to say tornado weather. My phone is freaking out. Yeah, a lot of people are freaking out these days with what's going on. That and their thanks again, man. Thanks, William, and everybody for the generous contributions. A lot of people are flipping out those Amber Alerts. At one point, they started testing us with before the COVID. Actually, they were testing us out with that. Well, they sank the Moscow or the Moslov or Moskov, whatever they call that Russian ship. And there's speculations, only speculation, I have no confirmation that there could have been a nuclear weapon or nuclear weapons inside of that ship. A little crazy, if you ask me. To be honest with you. Was that another one, William? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, man. Gonna have to work 3 times as hard, bro. I appreciate that so much. Inspiring. So I take it you guys liked the last video then. Thanks for everything, Peter, man. Thanks you guys for being here. Great to hear you from Antarctica, where it's heating up so much that the hidden anomalies will be seen by all. Absolutely, absolutely incredible. It's a dream of mine to go there, to be able to get to Antarctica. Definitely. And somebody, just last stream was talking about going to Iceland, but they can't because of the restrictions and stuff. And I said, geez, I was just thinking of that the other day. Imagine not being able to go somewhere because of that. How incredible it would be, and doing more lockdowns on us and stuff. But 10-4, I am Kai, one of the smart ones. Lucienne, Erwin, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that, Lucienne. Welcome to the community, you guys. Damn right, man. Good for you. Yeah, well, you're awake. You're like me. And what happens well, like me and a lot of people, I mean, you're awake, we know about what's going on. And if ever there was a time for people to do the radical or to take chances now, it's seeing what's going on. So that pretty much sums it up. There could have been a chance for us with the system. I still had that behind my head. I said, maybe there's maybe a chance that the system would be good to us, would make us want to profit from richness of earth with them. Why not? Why not all of us just live in harmony and all of us have a lot of money and be happy? And if not, well, distribute it evenly. you know. Well, it doesn't grow on trees anyway, so it's all about, I guess, appreciating it and understanding the value of it. I'm definitely one that does. Mariano Pringles, how's it going? Thanks for being here, Mariano. Nice to see people from everywhere. Really appreciate that. William, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. Wow, man, I appreciate that so much. You know, you're more than a video. Inspiring, guys. Thank you so much. South Atlantic, and I hope I don't miss any. If I do, please, people, let me know. South Atlantic anomaly plays Merry Hell with Hubble, with satellites. These have to be shut off when passing over. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and there's what else? They had to change some satellites from places, or China was tugging. There's a tug or something that was caught in space, and I guess China is sending one of their satellites into geostationary orbit, which basically is an orbit around Earth where it's stationary, but it turns with Earth, you know, which is crazy stuff. Crazy, eh? Sorry if I miss something in the chat. Checking hockey and same time. Oh yeah, Carey Price is back. Hey, les Canadois! Ça fait une mèche que je veux pas regarder ça, man. Awesome. Thanks for listening in, Leaus. He shoots, he scores. Thank you so much, Jill. Gail R, thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. 9 to 11 months. Yeah, and I guess Sugar B, we're in the pole shift probably since a hell of a long time. Thanks again, William. Appreciate that, man. We're in the pole shifts probably for a while, but I guess maybe we're in the end, Sugar B, where it's the final shift will be done. That would be probably good for us if the shift was done. I hope, but we're witnessing it. Watch that alignment, you guys. The alignment with um, Jupiter, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and the alignment, the sun, the moon at one point, it's going to be full on top of it. You have an asteroid and a comet that's going to be in that lineup. And that's going to cause a hell of a lot of turmoil in Earth's magnetosphere. That's 100%. And a planet alignment doesn't happen every day. The last that we had was not that long ago. We were lucky enough to see it. That planet alignment is probably when I got most of the best footage I had ever gotten of around the sun. So imagine. Absolutely incredible stuff. Hey, Danny, boys Spain won. I agree with that, man. Bill Burr for president. Wouldn't be surprised if Elon becomes president one day. Thanks, Tony. Jason in the house. How's it going, man? Nice to see you. Auntie Mandy, thanks. Thanks a lot for coming by. Appreciate that. Hey, Judy Barker. Good wishes. Always greatly appreciated. Thank you, you guys. Yeah, I am Kai. I'm happy for that, man. I wonder if it's something in the air, man. hearing a lot of people having a lot of little issues, sometimes bigger issues too. I started with my eyes, and then the back. It's like, whoa, you don't need much, eh? You need 2 areas of your body where you have pain. That's enough. It starts getting annoying. Bill Burr went and got his jab, I heard, and they were asking him, how he's been since, and he says, he says, I don't know, some reason. He goes, I think it sort of calms you down. That thing, yeah, may even stop you at one point. Mariano, thanks a lot. From Argentina, Aguanti, thank you very much. Argentina, interesting. Hey, Victor, thanks, man. Nice to see you. You laugh, eh? I know that helps, and it does for real because I did it just yesterday. Yes, there's actually one place in the house that could support me that I was hanging from it. Not very long, but it did help. And cracking like hell, I tell you. But now it started in the shoulders and then went down. But like I said, when I got numb there, not mentioning it there, but both ass cheeks, okay? Mr. Jingle left and right, and also Mr. Jangle was, or Mr. Dangle, let's say, everything went numb. My knees started to buckle, and it wasn't like something that hit me and stayed. No, it's something that happened 2 or 3 times a day as of 2 weeks ago, and I just move my leg and just like shake it off, sort of walk around. I was okay, but then it transferred over to the back, I guess, and it hit me really scarily. Scarily. HAARP. They were talking about it just in the news this afternoon. HAARP. There's definitely a lot of conspiracies around HAARP, right? And the project, their high frequency auroral project that they're doing, beaming high frequency energy into space, right? And who was it? Was it Christopher Rollins or someone this afternoon talking about James Webb, them not wanting them to point back to Earth? Yeah. You can only imagine what that bloody object is. It's probably a very, very dangerous weapon. And that's what they're doing. Russia, China, the States. Jason Graham, thanks for being here again, man. It gets annoying, It gets annoying seeing them do this. Fight like a bunch of children, and it's only the people that are having the problems. Anti-satellite testing. China did it, sent debris into space. Russia did it, sent debris into space. So now the U.S. turning around saying, hey, you're sending debris into space. Stop doing like we did for the past 60 years, right? Because everyone's doing it anyways. They all contribute. We all contribute, all our countries, in spreading all this horrible debris in space. And the worst of it, guys, their biggest problem this week, that we're talking about it also, one of their biggest problems, the debris around Earth. They're trying to find ways, innovative ways, even through independent space associations and companies, innovative ways to try to gather up all the debris that's in space. I don't know how they're going to do that, but they're offering a lot of money to people to be able to do that. Pentagon, or was it Pentagon, or was it Space Force? Was it NASA this year asking for, I don't know how many billions of dollars? I think it is NASA. Their budget, as compared, like billions more than what they asked for last year, but they're saying they can't do anything unless they have, absolutely enough money. 12.9, says Tony Brooks, billion light years star found using Einstein lens and galaxy gravity. This star now no longer exists. Serious, eh? What about the other star? They found a star. It's a star, actually, but they thought it was a planet that was revolving with 2 stars. And it turns out that it's 3 stars. But I guess the third star is a dead star. But they thought it was a planet. And they changed. I don't remember what the number of it was, but they actually changed all that info and said, no, we were wrong. It wasn't, That's a hell of a scary thing. If the star no longer exists, that means that bloody star exploded, right? And if the star exploded, yeesh. Thanks again, William. Kevin's in the house. Thanks a lot for being a member, Kevin. I appreciate that, man. For some reason, I've been super tired all day. Happened 2 weeks ago, man. That's how it was. I'm standing up and I keep dozing, bobblehead. Yeah. I went through that too. Me, it's this week especially, lightheadedness, where you're not going to faint, but it's sort of the beginning of, if it was more intense, you could almost feel lightheaded enough to faint, and just that sound in my ears, which I know it's not tinnitus, that's for sure. Thanks, Julie. Goodo, keep going, waiting for planet lineup. You watching for that? Yes. I'm watching for it, my man. I'm waiting for it. Like, would have thought it would have been a beautiful pre-dawn image if it wouldn't been for the clouds and now the rain. But I'm still going to get a chance, most likely, to get it. Would be nice enough to get a nice enough evening to bring out the scope and whatnot and to do some tests. But I'll be watching. Definitely be watching. Stone's throw from there. Yeah, Ralph, that is awesome. That is really awesome. You must see a lot of stuff. Like, I know it. Definitely. Tikaboo Point, or is it Tikaboo Lake? Be my dream is to go there, camp out overnight, bring the telescope, the infrared cameras. I don't think I'd have enough time to bring the guitar because I'd probably be pretty busy in the sky. And I imagine that they're watching that place all the time, like even in the areas where just people are roaming around further out. Kimberly, thanks so much for being here. Ohio, USA, thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. Someone without dementia for president will do for now, Australia thinks. Yeah, that's that's the best thing. There's someone else inside of the government in the States. I don't know. It's a woman. She also is sort of losing her religion. She's losing her cognitive awareness, and those people should not be there. They shouldn't be doing anything government related. Virtual Mayhem. Hey, thank you very much, bro. Love you, man. Thanks a lot, you guys, for the support and for appreciating the videos. Can't thank you all enough for that. Yeah, man, Peter, for sure. On the mend. Yep, Tesla was from Venus, and believe Musk is also. I don't know where Musk is from, but boy, I tell you, he must own the perfume Musk also. No, well, the funny part is this guy, they say he's from South America, right? He's born in South America. So you're like, if you're like me, I'm like, okay, where is that? I mean, I know where, but I mean, really where? What is that place like? When you look at him, there's something. I always thought at the beginning, I said, whoop, maybe he's Japanese, some Oriental in him, I thought. If I was to judge visually looking at him. Sammy M, thank you so much. Bruce, ESA are running a flight for 0G, 3,000 euros a go. The Vomit Comet waits. Would you go on it? I would, because I do really want to know. I think all guys do. Maybe it's a guy thing. And probably some women too. But I'd really like to do the test, the G test. Have you seen some of the tests? Obviously you have. Tony, there's some amazing tests on YouTube of them doing the Actually, it's the mock test. That's the one I'd want to try. But you say, yeah, flight for zero G, 3,000 euros ago. I don't know. I don't know how it would be. Like they send you up in a rocket, or I don't know. I don't know how I don't do good in heights either. Like, I mean, because digital equipment often breaks around me for some reason, I always thought it had to do with the lead company I worked for. I worked in lead and got sick in lead at one point. My lead count was very, very high. Had to stop working. They didn't test me. Worked there for 2 years, and it just so happened they overlooked me. But I said maybe that's what's grounding me, what's giving me better reception with digital devices, or what's making them crash, the bloody devices. I would go up though. Like, I mean, honestly, I think I'd even risk going on the moon without a helmet. And if I get out there and there's no oxygen, well, guaranteed I can run about 75 feet before falling. I'll be able to get as far as I can, try to see what's out there. I'd take a chance. But like I was saying, I was talking about the mock test 1, 2, 3, 4. I saw a guy mock 8, and it's like face completely pressed down. That I would have to try it to see if I would be able to last and not faint. I think I could do pretty good. I'd like to be able to try that, but you see a lot of people passing out doing that. The Alien Manager, Bill Cooper's Pale Horse book fits in our world today. Yeah, more and more, I know a little bit about it too. More and more, I think some of the stories that were written and even the movies in the past, some of those people knew about something that was to come for sure. And it mustn't have been allowed to speak about it. And I guess they integrated it in the movies because sometimes it's a bit too direct, as like they make a movie and it's too close to reality. It can't be coincidence. Sometimes you wonder. It makes me wonder anyways. Like Kai says, surprisingly, he feels like better than he did before he felt bad. So, well, maybe something passed. Good. That's good. Watchwoman of the Dragon. Yes, agreed. Spiritual war. 100%. Definitely. I think so too. David, how's it going, man? Love you, brother, and thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. Hard work in showing us all that Bruce sees all. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Atlantis. That's another one, Andy Mandy. Andy Mandy. What's wrong with me tonight? Auntie Mandy. Atlantis is under Antarctica. They say that. That's probably what's melting. They cloaked it with ice to hide it. You know, that makes so much sense, right? I always believe that even the UFOs and the camouflage, everything that's being used, even on the moon, it's all done with nature. If look at it the way you want, they camouflage things with nature using smokes, hazes, vapors. It doesn't cost anything. And I also believe that too. Definitely believe that too. William, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate that, my brother. Mariano Pringles, thanks again, hey, bro. Hey, Tony Brooks says happy Easter and best wishes to everybody. You too, you guys. And happy Good Friday, because today's Friday. I think today would be the day, and I think. I hypocritically went to see to be sure that I wouldn't have been wrong, because today would be the supposed crucifixion. And usually it always rains. So it only started raining really late tonight, but we'll see. I'll wake up in a flood tomorrow, and I'll say, well, he was probably right. Thanks again, Tony. Well, I really appreciate that, William Shuttles. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very, very much. It's amazing. Yeah, Julie. You all are, guys. Each and every one of you. And each and every one of you here taking the time to view the videos. I mean, I can't thank you enough. I'm outside every chance I get. And I try. I try my best to And I try to get the sky as often as I can. It's not always easy. Yes, Judy, spread that love. Yes, definitely. Held Lightning, how's it going? Thanks for being here. It didn't sink. It was a special operation submersion. It's hilarious, right? Because as for the people that don't know the joke, is that's what Vladimir Putin says. It's just just special operations. Go, go, go. I'll tell you what to do when you get there. Right. See that school over there? All right. Bomb it. Oh my God. Eh? That's what they're doing. James Webb Telescope reaches minus 447. Holy crap. 447 degrees, finds massive black hole 1 billion light years away. Minus 447 degrees, finds massive black hole 1 billion light years away. All that in a week's time. 2 weeks' time. Did you hear about, Tony? Did you hear about Voyager 1 and Voyager 2? Those are, I have no idea how far they are, but apparently Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are in interstellar space, and Voyager 2 just entered interstellar space, which is, get this, could be off a bit by a mile or two, 13 billion light years away. Or is it miles? No. That would be ridiculous. 13 billion miles, I guess, or whatever, interstellar space. And they say, I have a problem with that, guys. Okay. I can't call any of you in the States without it sounding like you guys are on the moon. Okay. But they can communicate with Voyager 1 that is not even in the effing solar system. It's in interstellar space. Voyager 1, come in. Yes, go right ahead. The Voyager 2, they had not activated the very small motors that are on it. And this is information out today. Voyager 1, the last time they deployed the motors to shift them places, to change areas, to change places from where they are. 1980 is the last time that they deploy those motors and use them. So now they said that they were able to deploy them and sending it into interstellar space to go on its way where no man has ever gone before, or where thousands of men have gone many a times. Interstellar space. Like, you have to look that up to understand where that is. Like, what do you mean interstellar space? That's where Oumuamua apparently came from when they said it came into the solar system. It actually slowed down as it entered the solar system, went around the sun, whizzed by Earth far enough, they said, and it went back into the constellation of Lyra. But leaving the solar system, it gained speed as it was leaving. And that's that big elongated, a lot bigger than that, but it was elongated, right? It was like a long object like this, and it was going front to back, apparently. So when it entered the solar system, it slowed down and then went around the sun and then started going faster, going back out to Lyra. So that's really interesting. It was considered an alien object. Anyways, NASA themselves said it was an alien object. Asteroids just are not that shape. Legend William, don't know him. Bradley, thanks for coming back, my friend. Thanks, Bradley. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, you guys. Anti-Mandy, the arcs have reactivated and are heating up. Scary stuff. Hence the South Pole melting hours and in Neptune. Yeah, major pole shift. We're going to see lots of snow in the desert. We're going to see a major shift in the weather, but the shift in the weather is not going to happen overnight. What is going to happen overnight? That's what nobody knows. Like, what does the shift consist of? How long does it take? How long does it last? I don't think anybody knows. We're just basically documenting that right now. My father-in-law worked in Antarctica for a while. Wow. He said to me he's seen metal do some strange things there, and he has some awesome photos as well. That's something very powerful, eh? Guy comes from Antarctica and he says, I've seen metal do some strange things over there. That's interesting. Well, apparently there's a lot of secret stuff over there. Buzz Aldrin went there and he had a mild heart attack. Apparently, and I hate talking about the story because I just don't know where somebody dished it out. Apparently there are pyramids in Antarctica, but metallic pyramids, like metal color, So I don't know if that's real either. And I've not seen the pyramids, but I know one thing. Um, is it Iceland or Antarctica? I think it is Antarctica. You guys must have seen the mountain that's there. It's a pyramid. It's literally a pyramid covered with snow, and you can see that it's proper pyramid. Four-sided pyramid. 1, 2, 3, 4. The four sides. Have you ever submitted a video for analysis? If you did you get it back? I have with people related to MUFON, but nobody's touching it. I don't think anybody wants to get it vetted. The only honest thing I can tell you guys, well, is everything is honest, but really straight up is that this research isn't ready to be shown, is what somebody told me, and that it's not going to be for a long time, probably. It's not something that they'd be able to bring out. That's people from MUFON told me that. But no, I've never reached a real association to try to vet me. And MUFON reached me, and some of the directors of MUFON, I say some, director in the States, director in Canada, MUFON director in France that was director a couple of years ago and now is still at MUFON, but is no longer a director, but had the connection to the director. Even asked me to put some of the footage in the movie he was making, his second movie. And I said, yeah, sure. It's going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. I get a lot of offers from people. Some people tell me, reached me and told me that they were, high ranking and stuff. I don't laugh at them, and I'd never know if it was true or not. I stay polite and I try to, some of them are really a bit special, and maybe some people really did reach me, and I just blew them off. I don't know. It's hard to tell if the serious people reach me. In general, nobody's touching the work. I think that's what it is. But I'm not necessarily pushing it on to anybody, though. Maybe I should have, but thank you, Julie. Just received my first Celestron Next Star 130 SLT. Any quick advice? Yes. Get outside. Hey, Gil, anything you need to know. I'm no professional, but the little mistakes that I did at the beginning. Any good advice for going outside. When you bring it into your editor, watch the footage slow and really close up, like a bit too close up, like a bit more than you'd usually put it, like presentable, and look around, slow things down, bring down the light, the exposure, and look to see if you see little dots and flashes and explosions. It's beautiful. It starts like that and you see a whole bunch of stuff. Really happy for you. I'm always happy when I hear somebody getting a Celestron, especially a Celestron. For me, and you got a Next Star, man. Listen, they're good telescopes. They're good, very good telescopes. What I miss? I'll be delighted, Judy, when they talk about the moon being inhabited. That'd be so awesome. We'd be able to reminisce about my work. Remember when Bruce said there was something there? He was right. Wouldn't that be so fun? Well, Ralph, I can't say yes. I did. I'm naive as I was. I sent it into a couple of people, and they told me I was legitimate. I just don't know if the people are legitimate. I don't know what they did, what they tested. One person reached me, said that he uh, took my videos on YouTube, and he says obviously um, he was able to decipher whether I was using layers over top. He wanted to know if I was adding some type of, images or just layers, right? Like if you're recreating a fake movie or a fake scene, and you want to add things in an image like UFOs and stuff appearing, you're adding layers. I don't know much about it, but I know you add layers over the images, and they wanted to know if that's what I was doing, and I wasn't. Uh, I know one thing, never mentioned it here, and nobody knows it, but I got a generous contribution the first year because of somebody that had tried to vet my work, and they told me that they believed that what I was doing was legitimate and that it was incredible, and that thought I should keep going. And I got a generous contribution of a couple thousand of dollars, which I was very, very happy, because the person wanted me to continue, with a bigger scope, and to keep looking and seeing what's going on. We're overlooking what's on the moon, because um, the moon is inhabited. It's definitely inhabited, and it's not on the other side only. The structures, I believe that they're right in our faces, and people aren't seeing the structures because they don't know how to. They don't understand the surface. Sounds good. Hey, you need any help, Gil? Too. Also, anything or any questions, or even no matter how silly you think the questions are, feel free to ask me. There's no silly questions when it comes to doing things right. Damn right, Kai. If you're still there, thanks a lot, man. Weird you pass without um, naming me weird, Bruce. I did something. You kidding, man? T'es un des seuls que j'endure, esti. Je t'aime fort, mon Victor. Non, j'ai sauté au-dessus parce que j'ai voulu descendre. Parce que j'ai trop de personnes à répondre. Non, absolutely. Victor, je t'aime fort, mon frère. Pour le support. Je t'ai encore dit, yeah, brother. Je continue. Thanks for being here, Victor. Gavin, almost 100K, sure grown from several hundred. It really, really did grow, man. It really did grow. It didn't grow fast. I would have wished it would have grown a lot faster. And last stream, guys, I lost 30 subs. Did you know that? I was, if you go on Social Blade, they say I'm at 92,000 because I got 100 subs, but I'm still only at the 0.9. It takes a long time to get the subs, but if you look at it like the way you said it, when I started out a couple hundreds, blessed I am, very, very lucky to be at 91.9. We're approaching 92,000 subscribers. Hopefully, maybe by this Christmas, I think would be pretty much the limit. At one point, like, come on, government, give it to me. Let me get 200,000. Will have taken 6 or 7 years for me to get to 100,000 by showing UFO videos every bloody day, and that's didn't change it. I think the more I'm showing, the less they're showing me. Hey, Disa is going. Disa is in the house, or Deca. We're pronouncing that right. Masako Victor. Christopher, I missed it on first stream. What do you think about the Webb telescope against the law to aim at the moon or Earth? I read article about that yesterday. Absolutely funny. I thought it was you that asked me. So it's somebody else that asked me that this afternoon. I think it's crazy. That means the James Webb telescope, there's something on it, some type of weapon, or maybe frequency weapon, or so I think that's the goal. They're hypocritical. They're just out there, um, um, like to go against China or Russia, or maybe Russia sent the satellite out somewhere, and now the States wants to go see where they're going. They're so childish. It's so friggin' ridiculous what they're doing. But against the law to aim at the moon and Earth. Now, is it because it's a weapon, or is it because of the truth, right? If they turn back and take pictures of the moon and Earth, imagine that, a nice picture of Earth and the moon, because they know the truth, Christopher. That's probably it. And I bet you the ones operating the James Webb Telescope, if they turn around and look at the moon and they see that it's effing populated, maybe somebody's going to get the need to snitch that out. My neighbor and I, that was a good question, Christopher Rollins. My neighbor and I saw 3 pulsating, vibrating, colored objects. Awesome. In the night sky 3 summers ago. We were dumbfounded. They were neat to look at, had only binoculars, but they were very neat. Yeah, and you say only binoculars, you can see really freaking well with the binoculars. They're pretty amazing tools. I'm telling you, if we could film with them, it'd be awesome. Because sometimes a binocular, you can really see clearly. You can really see clearly. So pulsating, vibrating, colored objects. That's very interesting, because only once in my life, or twice, I think twice, but anyways, not very often, I caught blue flashing objects. There were 3 of them together. They were flashing like a strobe, and they were whizzing around the sky. And I only saw that very rarely, but it was a long time ago. I haven't seen very much um, colored UFOs, right? Then again, the eye often plays a trick on you like that. But that's another thing. Blue, you're seeing the color blue, must be a hell of a hot flame, or depending on if it's in space, the reason why we see colors are not the same. So interesting. I'm just starting to look into it. Fire in space and everything. I mean, they don't tell you that, unless you're a scientist or a dumbass like me that tries to look up stuff that's over my head for whatever the reason I'm doing it, is because it's related to what I'm seeing on the moon. I innocently wanted to know all about seeing fire on the moon because I'm seeing so much of it. And I got all these things coming up saying the reason why there's no fire on the moon is it's in a vacuum, a micro gravity, right? In a vacuum, or low, weak oxygen. They say you're not, you don't have the same effect as here on Earth, where the fire doesn't act like a teardrop as it rises up, which is funny because raindrops come down with tears. So what goes up comes down. It's that form and shape. So the reason I can go as far as saying that teardrop shape that you see the fire do, always those tips that you see, it's also the way a leaf grows. Way a leaf grows and forms itself like that, and straight upwards. Hey, thanks for that, Julie. Yeah, you guys can check it out. I have not gone to see if anyone has gone to check it out, but I put a few pictures up of the moon there. Some really, really nice ones. And there's one of the base in Sinus Iridum. I literally put it up there. And if somebody wants to go buy just even a poster, of the Sinus Iridum, well, you'll be able to do so. Thanks, Julie. Bruce, have you been watching the crazies going on with? Oh yeah, the craziness going on with the sun. I have, and do look back, and like 5-6 videos ago, I got some really big spots. Peter Benton was also filming it on his end, and the sun has been crazy. The sun has been crazy. Excessive sunspots, large sunspots, and it's coming back again there. We're the 6th, the 15th today, full moon tomorrow. Let's see if the full moon's going to affect that sun. Expect some incredible weather. A lot of people are going to have a lot of wind. When every time I hear them talking about the magnetosphere being disturbed, there's a lot of wind. When they announce that there's a CME coming to Earth, we experience days with a lot of wind. It's recurring patterns. I try to study the patterns because that way we can try to find some truth. We don't even know if half of what they wrote about science is true or not. Probably a lot of lies in that. Yeah, Ralph, effing crazy. Moon close, full, aligned with the sun. Imagine with the sun when it's as sunspots, the asteroid, the comet, and you have Jupiter, Venus, Mars, Saturn, all lined up, and Earth, of course, everything lined up. That is going to cause a lot of disturbances and craziness here. Mark my words, it's going to be in the Pacific. It's always in the Pacific. Look at the typhoon there right now. Very, very scary stuff. Japan, as we've seen for the past few years, is screwed. They're going to be seeing every year big events like that. So it's every year it's going to be a 7+ earthquake and or tsunami warnings will come after the earthquakes too, because the more and more the sun is going to be very aggressive. We saw sunspots, Ralph, from a smaller sunspot that let go that X-class CME halo, which was surprising because the sunspot was not very big. They were not expecting that sunspot to radiate that strong. Paranormal activity. Salut! Salute! Merci. It was a lineup many years ago. I dragged my kids out of bed to see it. Magnificent. Yeah, exactly. And not just many years ago. I mean, last alignment, I'm probably going to be mistaken. Seems to me, was it 217, 218 or something like that? I think. Or was it a conjunction? I think it was a planet alignment. Or there was an alignment maybe with only two of them. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know before that, the alignment was hundreds of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like 200 years ago or something like that. That's super interesting. Just joined What is Up with the Stars? Are they drones? I love that theory. They twinkle in red and blue also. Yeah, always. And when I got a telescope and I started filming them, I said, wow, there's always that blue, red. Then, people just say, well, of course, it's the oxygen that's around Earth. Notice every time you see oxygen when you're looking out in space or something, or even on the moon, any sign of it, people are going to say, well, of course, it's the oxygen that's around Earth. I think there's oxygen everywhere, pretty much. Sandra, Brazil, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the contributions, you guys, too. Hey, thanks for asking, Ralph. 47, brother. 47 now. On my way to 48. Thanks, Julie. Should we get a real quick refill of coffee, you guys? Made it to 9 o'clock with the floor back. That's pretty cool. Okay. I'm not going to do this in front of you. I'm going to hide. Feeling better. It's getting better. It's getting better. Could you imagine what a CME would do during an alignment? Like, we're talking about all this crap happening to Earth with the coronal mass ejections and solar flares and stuff. What about Venus, close to the sun, Neptune, Uranus, all the planets in the solar system? How are they affected by the sun? Are we closer to the sun than Venus? No, right? Are we closer than Mercury? Okay, we got to find out. I wonder what the effect is for each of the planets depending on the distances. You know, if we're seeing major changes here and dangers for our life here, and we're that far from the sun, there's probably a lot of stars in the solar system and a lot of planets that are really, really in trouble now with the sun, what's going to do. So we saw Jupiter lose its storm at one point. That was scary. Remember the big red dot that's always been on Jupiter since each and every one of us have been born? That's always been there. They said they started having problems with that. Saturn, in the rings, problems inside of Saturn's rings. There was some debris of some type at one point. A lot of changes that we're seeing. The flickering of Venus that I caught last year. There's definitely changes going on. So the alignment's going to be crazy. I'm seriously scared. Oh no, I'm excited. I'm excited because I know we're going to see a lot of weather events that are just absolutely turmoil. A lot of rumors around HAARP. HAARP, also disappearance of a plane, Flight 800. I don't know if it was in 2003. Also, the NASA Columbia explosion and crash. There was a conspiracy that it was HAARP related. And like I said, so HAARP, high frequency auroral programs, is what they're doing. And it could be very, very dangerous. All those bird videos, all those animals that we see dying and gathering in groups and dying at the same time, it started not that long ago. Seems to me we started seeing those things occurring. Yeah, I'll be watching, Tony, for that alignment, and I'll be watching for everything. I tend to think that this summer, guys, is going to be exceptional. Look at it the way you want. You guys know it. The ones that have been following me since the beginning. There's never been a year where I haven't had at least 3 new findings that were exceptional. Every year, you never know. It could be with the infrared, like that year that I saw that close bloody UFO. I don't know if I'll ever see that again, but it doesn't matter because it was documented. They're starting to talk about the effects, radiation burns, effects on the blackvault.com. What do you guys think about the alien pregnancies, the unaccounted pregnancies that they're talking about? In other words, people got pregnant after having come within a certain amount of feet from a UFO. So good news is that maybe that's what made me gain weight. Well, I'm not pregnant, so I'm very happy for that. They, them, eh? No pronouns. But you never know how it can affect people. I told my mother and some family members that I maybe it is crazy, but I feel like there's certain things that were healed when that object came and left after that. There were certain things that I had less problems with, but could be imagination. I'd love to see it again. It was something pretty overwhelming, and I don't know if it's human or alien, but could be Russia for all we know. You never know, eh? Looking for someone to do tripping something. Want to get out. Tripping. I'm not sure what that is. Is that like sort of hypnosis sort of thing? HAARP. There's controversy and rumors around them using mind controlling. That is scary stuff too. Very, very scary stuff. Lots of controversies around it. Lots of them. Grab an inversion table off eBay, man. I got one. 125 brand new Australian bucks. So it'd probably be cheaper there. If they work well. Right on. Thanks again, Paranormal Activity. Thanks so much, Ralph Hoffma. Keep on exposing them on the moon. Thank you so much, my friend. I will do Thanks for being here. And he's back. Divine Sorcerer. Thanks a lot, my brother. Where we go one, we go all. Vigilant Patriot. Thank you so much for being a patriot. Yes, we got to stick together, you guys. That's for sure. That's right. I got a music channel. I have to go back there. I have to go back to that music channel. When my back feels better, I wouldn't be able to play now, boy. Sansi. Thank you very much, you guys, for coming by the channel and being members. Hey, Joseph, thanks again. Bruce lay down for 3 days, then arise. Tis the season. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Robert. Where you been the past 3 days, Bruce? I don't know. I've been sleeping for 3 days, and I feel better now. That's a good one. Hey, thanks a lot, Decca. Yeah, it's scary how bad it was. Even the fact that I'm not already healed. I've never been. I've had many sore backs, but I've never been a week with a sore back. Usually, maximum 4 or 5 days is pretty long. But it's sleeping. It's that I can't sit down. Like even now, and I can't lie down. It's worse. I feel like there's something missing under my back to hold me up. Right? It's like the bed's too straight. I'm telling you, literally, you know those beached whales, the way they're beached and they got the tide that comes in and just sort of turns them and they roll back and they roll in, they roll out. Well, that's how I try to get out of bed. Maybe a big guy, but I'm fast on my feet. So when I get up is I throw the blankets off, I shoot my legs up and turn them sideways, and I throw them on the floor and stand up. And I did that the first day after the sore back, forgetting that I had the sore back. I whipped the blanket off me. I went to lift my 2 legs and didn't lift up at all. I just laid there. Oh God. Try to roll myself out of bed. I'm serious. I was talking to myself as I'm rolling myself out of bed, and I'm like, you fucking whale. Take myself out of the bed. Trying to get out of bed. Jesus, Murphy, was horrible. Julie, thank you so much. Good Friday and happy blessed Easter to all. Thank you for joining us. Bruce sees all and supporting my hero, Moon Man. You guys are my hero. Kazoo, thanks, you too. Yes, Kazoo. Kazoo talks to me, but he talks to me. Doesn't really talk, you know. He stopped eating the toothpaste, though, and the salt, and now he's doing pretty good. He's respecting the laws. Oh, forgot something, Julie. I didn't forget, actually. I was so honored. Hang on. Gotta put it on. I have to thank Julie for this. Julie, this amazing, because I got the big wide words. This is something I love. Everyone in the States. I respect each and every one of you. I don't bring the who you vote for. It's totally up to you. Some people laugh. Some people are pissed. People talk about Trump, whatnot. But I'll be honest with you, I just want to make America greater again. You know, if you guys don't know Trump, it's someone that I respect and I appreciate. I respect all your opinions, but I just want you to see this amazing hat. So on this side, if I'm not mistaken, it's the USA, and on the other side is the American flag. So I said, hey, that is awesome. I don't even want to bend it around it or take the ticket off it. I thought it was amazing because all this is going on right now. So I said, this is something that we definitely have to have. I am going to wear it in town. I hope you know that when I leave here, I'm always going to have the MAGA hat on, Julie. So, and I appreciate it. That was awesome. And I guess I don't know how you guys go about in the States. I guess you have to order them, or whether you have to go. I'm just assuming you went directly to see Trump to get one for me, and I feel so honored. I hadn't forgot about it. It's just I wasn't showing it online. You know how that's how we have to be. But I'm proud of you know, expressing my own belief and what I believe in. But I'm open minded and I respect those that don't appreciate certain people. But make a long story short, he's back on Twitter. So is Elon Musk going to buy Twitter? $43 billion offered. He bought 9.2% of the company. They're investigating him, opening a criminal investigation against Elon Musk to look to see if he's corrupt. So that should be good. That should be very, very funny. Get this, guys. You know what the elite said? We should be very, very concerned when someone with a lot of money has that much power and takes over. You want to slap them across the face when you hear them saying that. The elite said that. It's very, very concerning that someone with that much power and that much money can change the system without anyone being able to do anything. It's like they're literally explaining what their problem is. That's the problem that we have with the elites, because the elites are just very, very bad people. Unfortunately. Yeah, Decca, I started hearing about that, and thanks for speaking about it. A couple of days ago, some people started talking to me about that, you know, and it could be. I've been feeling differently the past few days, and my own mother, who's not an astronomer, spoke to me about um, feeling really out of place in a way that it's scary. When you look up at the sky, the smell, everything doesn't feel right. Humans, we have a very broad perception on a whole lot of things. Just some of us are asleep, some of us are more awake and not woke than others. Some Mika, that's a beautiful name, man. Thank you so much, William. I thank you guys so much. Mika, thank you so much. Or is it Mike? I hope it's Mika. Thanks for believing in the videos, you guys. Thank you so much. More videos on the way. That's amazing, bro. Thanks for sharing the research with your girlfriend too. I really appreciate that, man. I love you for it. I love you guys for it. Absolutely amazing. Very generous, Mika. Thank you. Glenn from Boston. Most everything we see in our town, tech out there, is our own tech out there. Yeah, that could possibly be true too. Is it whether we have all our alien technology, that we back engineered alien technology? Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe we're the ones that we are advanced. But out there, yeah. So you have the belief that what I'm showing and what I'm seeing, all the futuristic stuff, is human secret projects. Well, I believe that. Like I said, I totally believe that. Maybe I do believe aliens exist, but I do believe that maybe, possibly, yeah, maybe it's not them that we're seeing, and it's only the human side that we're seeing. Not hard to hide in the light, eh? Bruce Beetlejuice, yes. There's a lot of action in Beetlejuice too. It's been they've been talking about it all the past 3 months. And Orion is pegged to go supernova. Exactly. The star could already have done so due to light travel. It will light up. Well, that's interesting. Earth, even when it's dark. Yeah, because it takes a long time for us to see the remnants of space. Like they're able still to go back now and see the Big Bang from the beginning. That's a bit odd and hard to understand, but that makes a lot of sense that it could have already exploded. Something was in front of it. They said it. It was blocked out. They said the light dimmed out in Betelgeuse. So they said it's about to go supernova. Then the light got stronger. Then they said it was something that went by, you know. But one thing's for sure is that that's what they're going out to look for with the James Webb, is to look at an exploding star that's, if I'm not mistaken, not that far, eh? It's between 3 or 11 light. Well, it's pretty far. We got light year are millions of miles or billions of trillions of miles, actually, or kilometers. But I think it's 3 light years away, something like that. They found, I guess, a star that's about to go supernova or something like that, or a galaxy that's about to merge. They found black holes that are about to merge. I don't know if it's in recent future or if it's further down the road that they're going to be merging, but remains very interesting. Love the work you do, Bruce. You make things much closer and understandable. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Means a lot, you guys. Free MPG Senator Feinstein. Thanks a lot, Julie. Hey there, Karen Massey. How's it going? Am I late? Of course I'm late. Could be Glenn from Boston, that he's from some other place. So they say he's born in South Africa. Did I say South Africa? South America, I think. Yeah, South America. If you look at Elon's mother, you go, oh, okay. Where the hell is he from? I don't know. I really don't know. But when you talk to me, I heard the accent of his mother, and I'm like, where the hell are they from? It was really, really weird. But Elon Musk could be one of the aliens here, right? In theory, without being ridiculous, right? If they say the aliens are here, I see them as being more humanly than what people think, like, or little green men with antlers. Wouldn't that be the funniest thing, though, if it really was like the big secret? It's just little green men with antlers. Like, if it was just that, the secret. Camp at Upper Panagot Lake, BLM, but unmarked white vehicles everywhere. Oh, yeah? BLM's on the news, eh? BLM bought themselves a $6.5 million mansion with money they raised for Black Lives Matter. Bought themselves a mansion. Then Bill 900 or whatever code in the law, 990 or 900, it should be called something like that, where people have to declare to the IRS every year, obviously, and declare their taxes. She didn't declare her taxes. So what was she doing there in the $6.5 million mansion, which is a little funny because the selling price was $3 million and she went and bought it for $6.5 million, and it was registered in the name of a law firm to hide that it was BLM buying it. Imagine. He definitely could be an alien, Bradley. Definitely. He does look like AI. Glenn, he really does, eh? Elon Musk, there, if you analyze Elon Musk pauses for real. Like, he's a big pauser. He's a very, very intelligent guy, but he's always thinking and rethinking and pausing and taking a long time to say what he has to say. He's got a lot to say. I get it, but he's like that. It's a bit odd, a bit like Mark Zuckerberg drinking, opening his water bottle. There's a video of him in Congress where he's talking to Congress like this. They're asking him questions. He's going like a robot. And he's sitting there as he's talking to them, opening up his bottle of water really slowly, turning it, twisting it, taking it off, taking a little sip before he answers a question. That is so funny. Why did he give millions of dollars to the American government? I think Mark Zuckerberg last year, which he said was to help with the elections, gave between $200 and $300 million to the American government. I don't know if they audited him or not, but they should. They're not. He has possession of your information, my information. I'm not even there anymore. I hadn't been in a couple of not true 1 year about. It's actually not even. I was there last year, not going back, but we're summer now, so yeah, about a year I've been off Facebook, maybe even a bit less. But when I go back to Facebook and I go to just click on Facebook, well, what pops up is my old code. Do you want to go back with your old channel? Do you want to reopen your old channel? Everything's there. Everything's there. They know who you are. Iris Essex. Okay, so I said South America. I'm very, very sorry. It's from South Africa. Yes, that's what I meant. Yep, exactly. Autism, another thing that's caused by the damn vaxxers. Feedback, Fred. How's it going, brother? Hey, what's up, man? The moon was not nice for me. I had a lot of clouds and I had rain, and now again rain tonight. In Quebec, a lot of us we had rain all bloody week. Found this credit card today on the Hey, that's cool, bro. I appreciate you sharing that with me, man. I love you for it, man. Maybe go back for a walk in the same place to see if you can find some more. Thanks so much, man. That really helps. Obviously, it's can't thank you enough. Musk immigrated to Canada when he was 17. Yes, was basically penniless. Imagine that, eh? It's incredible, eh? Some of the paths that some of these people take. Absolutely incredible. I wonder if he has any brothers and sisters. Yeah, South Africa. Yeah, same here, Eric. Eric McClary, thank you so much for taking the time to become a member, my friends. So now I'm going to skip down. Hey, Paranormal Activity. C'est bien apprécié, mon friend. Thanks a lot. Merci. Tony Brooks says, Brewster reports Valiant Thor is back in the White House, a visitor from Venus who came before in the 1960s. I had heard of a visitor from the 1960s. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was real. It's just that I always try and imagine what the hell the language would be. If they're landing here, that means there's a universal language out that everyone maybe is talking, right? Think of it. We have no idea. Maybe English or all the languages that are here on Earth are alien languages that the aliens left us so that we would be able to communicate. And so that, see how smart that is? If an alien wants to know what we've been doing for the past 10,000 years, what do you do to know what's going to happen with the beings that you just made in a test tube or in a lab? And you're only going to come back thousands of years later because you're an advanced alien race, and you're going to visit all these planets that you used to travel through time. That's all you do. Travel through time to go back, come back, go back, come back, try to make in perfection a race. Well, you leave a language to somebody. So if the language that we do have was alien, they could come back here 10,000 years later, and everything that was written in documents and everything here on Earth is all labeled. They would know probably just by looking at some statues, probably understand what's going on. The ideal of that, right? I'm just saying that's what some are saying and thinking. Yes. Thank you so much, Glenn from Boston. Hello, Gate Smasher. Thanks a lot, man. Robin Phillips. G8 PB1 in the house. 10-4. William Uber, drinks for everyone, mate. Awesome. Send them over. Had bacon tonight, Gate Smasher. So you probably noticed that I lost so much weight, and I know you guys are trying to stay really polite and not mention it, but don't be shy. If ever no, I'm still on my diet, guys. I'm still on my diet, holding the diet. And guys, if I get too thin, please let me know, okay? Positive thinking, not wishful thinking. It's being positive. I'm imagining myself so thin. Luis Rodriguez, thank you so much, bro. My friend from Chile. Bruce, the vomit comet flies up to 35,000 feet and drives at 10. Oh, then dives at 10,000 feet 15 times. Hold on to your. Nah, I wouldn't make it, man. Definitely wouldn't make it. I'd be swamped in vomit going up and downwards, probably. A guy my size could probably hold a lot of it, too. Ralph says he retired, just moved here last September. I've seen several lights that couldn't be identified, lowering and raising behind mountains. So, wow, especially it's a new thing for you. So that means you just got to, I hope I'm with the right person, Area 51. If you're not far from there, and this is new for you being there, I mean, whoa, I mean, wow. 6-pack camera. Holy crap. You're going to see a lot of stuff, man. They're still experimenting there, most likely. In Area 51, most likely they always will be. I believe if ever there was a craft or a being that was to come to Earth all the time, they're obviously not going to land in Beijing or Hong Kong, or maybe that is where they land. But I believe it would be an area like Area 51. They would land inside of a base, most likely, for sure. Reptilian of the planets, eh? Look them up. I will look them up, actually. And being a reptilian, wouldn't he be evil? Or is he one of the good ones out of the evil ones? Because I heard some of these reptilians weren't too, if they exist, I heard they weren't too very, very nice. Julie, everybody, thanks so much, you guys. I heard that feedback, Fred. Hey, brother, that is amazing. And the problem is, well, it's scary. Everything's thawing. And if everything's thawing, they're going to start exposing new land, guys. Think of it, under the ice. They didn't always know back in the days, especially if it was just ice or whatever the hell was under there. Now they're doing X-rays of the whole bloody surface. I'm positive, almost positive. That means a lot, Gate Smasher. Thanks for everything, bro. Eh? Yeah, you guys. If you share the rate, let me get some. Driver Ben, hello. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I missed you, my friend. Try to get down to get as many as I can. Another little sip of coffee, my friends. Hey, we made it through the stream tonight. So that's actually a good thing. I'm supposed to hide you, eh? I get up, okay? Give me a second. Is Space Force on the moon? That's the next one we'll talk about. That's a good one, actually. I'm hearing more and more people say they are. Wow, it's pouring rain, guys. Probably the electricity might even go out later. I think my family member was having problems. Whoops. Family member was having problems with some lines that were down. And it's really, really, really bad wind. We're lucky we got through it. Wouldn't be surprised if we go down, you'll know why. Spinal attacking entities came in a few weeks ago. They cause body pains, but will soon disappear. Listen, honestly, Eric, every ailment, every problem right now that people are having, I believe maybe it's just me there, but yes, Emmy, boom, indeed. I believe that something was sprayed in the air, that they did try to affect some people. They did try to kill us off, and it's a slow kill. It's a depopulation, I believe, of Earth, where they're going to now start testing different pathogens, the deadly pathogens that could take our lives away, and doing it in a way where they can infiltrate them both in nanoparticles or nanofibers, or now injection through liquid nano whatever juice that they're doing. And it's scary shit. They could do it in anything. And so, in other words, think of it. They could literally, in a grain of salt, they could stick in a grain of, do you believe me? They could stick in a grain of salt, a camera, an audio system, okay, database, okay, all inside of a grain of salt with a deadly pathogen. When it melts, I believe all that. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I believe all that. You all know that it exists. Are they doing that to everybody? Probably not. But can they do it? Yeah. Yeah. They'll never know. And the ones that don't want to get V'd, like me, well, they'll be able to do it some other way. You know, those ways like that get scary. Spinal attacking entities. I heard that. That's like here they in French, le mangeurs de chair, skin eating, flesh eating diseases. All this stuff coming out that never existed before. They talk about that, you know. It's scary stuff. You know, look at the Black Plague, and the first time there were pandemics and stuff, the same shit happened. And you can assume the same things occurred back then, that they were also maybe trying to depopulate Earth, which is very, very, it's scary. It's scary. Then you have things that don't make sense, like the pronouns that they're talking about. And now they're talking about the trans and stuff, which should be just a normal thing, where trans should be just able to live and go on doing their things. But instead, they're trying to teach people pronouns, and you're getting the people that are triggered. Some people, boy, are naive, eh? They get triggered so much. The government says something, then they go online. This one person was saying, I'm so sick of the people not respecting the proper pronouns. I'm so sick of the people not respecting the proper pronouns. They just talked about the pronouns months ago. People are talking like it's been years, you know? Can we all agree that there's a lot of good people in life and there's a lot of bad, and a lot of people are disrespecting good people, and it's just that the laws don't protect that. We have laws, it doesn't protect a person's emotion. It doesn't protect someone very well from being defamed online, right? You got people, death threats. Like, you can't go up to someone and say, I'm going to kill you. But online here, it's not a problem. Weekly, daily. That's how it is. Yeah, every Saturday, you guys. I have a live stream also on Saturday. If you didn't know, I also have a Patreon channel, and you can become members here also. And if ever I disappear, be looking for me, Bruce Swartz, Bruce sees all. They're reoccurring names that I'm going to keep, and then I'm going to pop up really, really fast. I was a bit worried the past couple of months. Things have been going really, really badly on the channel. So you never know if I do go down, something does happen that I do go down. Just spread the word that Bruce said he'll be right back. Don't worry about it, because I want you guys to know that I will be. That is scary, the spinal attacking entities. I wouldn't be surprised if there were entities that attacked also the lungs, the eyes, ears and nose. Ears and nose and mouth and yeah, I gotta laugh about it, I guess. Thanks, you guys. Driver Ben's in the house. I look for extraterrestrial craft every night now. I don't go to bed until I see 3. That does take long now. It does, Decca. It's funny you say that, my friend. Same here. This year, so far, 2022, I think I saw 3 UFOs, 5 UFOs. But I'm almost sure it has to do with the sun. If the planes have to be careful and spy planes have to be careful because of the sun when they're driving around, it's going to be the same with everything. We're not going to see any launches from NASA when the sunspot's facing Earth. We're not going to see any activity or high flying vehicles because it's dangerous. But I notice the UFO traffic, the extraterrestrial highway in the sky, is also slowed down as compared to what I saw just a couple months ago. But that is going to change. Wait till we hit the lottery, Bruce. We're buying you observatory with 10-foot wide telescope. I get chills. I got chills. 10 feet wide. I'll even endure 8, dude. Worst comes to worst. Wouldn't that be incredible? And the worst of it, if I had an observatory, a large observatory, I would probably find other jobs just to be able to maintain it and to keep it. My dream was to have an observatory and to make it public and to work only on donations and only support from the public. Wishful thinking, but it'd be something amazing though. Being able to have a large observatory and to share it with other people, maybe some courses out showing people, how to find things in space. I don't think there's a course that can be given. And I think you're either spiritually blessed or you're not, or you're lucky, maybe luckier than other people. Sometimes you could see some of the lights, but I don't lie about it. Look, it stopped. It slowed down. I still got plenty of video documentation to look at, but I don't have to pretend that I'm seeing a UFO every day. There's plenty out there. But there's a big change because of the weather and climate. Do you agree with me that the treaty with the Queen and everything that ended, that means everybody's on a new payroll? There's new jobs. There's new associations. The Pentagon themselves have created or will create a team of people to go to the moon and the Space Force. Exactly. That's one I went over. It's an interesting one. A lot of people tell me they believe it's a Space Force that's on the moon. That could also be. Be very concerning though, because there's a lot of people up there. Well, we don't know if there's a lot. We can't say there's a lot. I, I can't really say there's a lot. I see a lot of things. We can assume there's a lot of people, but for me to confirm that there's millions of people up there, I'd never be able to. I believe that there's a possibility there could be a minimum of several hundreds of people, for sure, realistically, if we depend on what we've seen so far. L'action et le mouvement qu'il y a sur la Lune, à mon avis, c'est nous qui faisons le ménage. L'arrivée de Musk et des caméras, ils doivent aussi faire la prospection minière. Oui, prospecting for mining. Like Feedback Fred says, smart, bro. Probablement, je suis d'accord avec toi. Et c'est une procédure professionnelle. Qu'est-ce qu'il ferait, hein? Prospecting for mining. Fort probablement. Est-ce que c'est parce que les extraterrestres ont fini de faire ce qu'ils veulent faire ici, qu'ils n'ont plus besoin de miner? Ou de miner certains matériaux, minéraux? Je me demande bien. Ouais, ça se peut, comme tu dis, que nous sommes en train de faire, excusez, pardon, my goodness, excuse me, de faire le ménage. Ça, c'est une autre théorie que c'est pas fou, aussi penser ça, qui sont en train de clairer ça, puis c'est pour ça qu'on voit certaines affaires qui ont sauté, peut-être, pas nécessairement du monde, mais peut-être des endroits, des édifices, des bâtisses qui voulaient cacher. Ça fait vraiment penser. Thanks again, Len. Kodiak Ben, how's it going? Merci, thanks. Alain Després, salut à toi, merci mon frère. Thanks again, feedback, Fred. Oh, in English, yes, sir. Do cleaning the arrival of Musk and the cameras. Yep. Mining, prospecting, definitely. 100%. It's in the song at the end of my videos. They're mining on the moon. Probably most likely definitely mining on the moon. Hey, thanks again for that, Julie. Every little bit, you guys, helps. It shows a lot what you guys are doing. We're here to discuss ideas and science. Once you refuse to discuss the things of science, it's no longer science, and that's true. Theories and ideas need to be talked about to move forward. I believe so. No matter how whack the theory is, people don't have to bite into it. Don't have to really buy every theory. Like traffic lights on the moon. Someone will say that's crazy. It's not crazy. It could actually be traffic lights on the moon. Who knows? It has to be. If someone's driving around in UFOs and they're coming in at high speeds, they're going in and out of the tunnels. Imagine if there was no light system with UFOs on the moon. That could mean that some of the explosions that we see on the moon sometime can be explosions from crashes, from debris accidents. Like, think of it. Don't they ever stall? UFO that leaves the moon, but all of a sudden encounters a problem and just remains there in the middle of Copernicus crater. How come we don't see that happening? Everything's planned, that even if they screw something up, there's a hiding place. There's hiding places on the moon because of everything being camouflaged. You could tell just by looking at the moon. I suggest you look closer at Ukrainian Nazi history and Zelensky's actions. Oh, I know all about it. Just another perspective, not from mainstream. No, you're absolutely right about that, Barbara. Very right about it. I know that there's some certain events with Nazis in the Ukrainian army back in the day. I know that the Ukrainian army were targeting civilians at one point, also way back. A lot of very odd things that are occurring with Volodymyr Zelensky. First of all, we're talking about an actor who, in his acting career, also comedian, acted as a person that was chosen as a civilian to become the president of Ukraine. That's in the movie that he made. But now he's doing that in real life. So there's lots to look up and look back about. But with everything, looking back with everything, there's one thing I don't accept, Barbara. The civilians, what they did to them. And when I say they, we don't know who they are. I'm not going to say who did it. I probably won't ever know. But it pisses me off that we can blow that off, most people, and say, well, it must be fake or this. We got to be very damn sure that it's not, or that it is fake. Because it comes down to, if there's a war here in Canada or anywhere else in the States, they're going to do the same effing thing. If they start, bombing in New York and they start bombing buildings in New York, I mean, think of it. Wars, you're not supposed to be bombing buildings. Doesn't make any sense. And YouTube, if you cut me for that 2 minute of conversation, I will kick your ass, because they keep taking the ads off my videos. I cut my revenue. Bruce, the battery power on Voyager 1 is 1/1000th of 1 watt to send messages back to Earth. I just heard it. That's a very interesting thing. Let's tell the community that. Extremely interesting. I have problems communicating with people in the States on the telephone from here in Canada. So imagine communicating back with Voyager. Obviously, you're not talking on a phone. You're getting a laser sent back, most likely, like satellites, and then it's transferred to data, or quite simply just being sent back by data. But they said 1 watt to send messages back to Earth. So it's just you take 1 and you divide 1 by 1,000,000,000,000. It's just 1/10 of a message back, and that's how they're able to communicate with it. So on top of it, they got to conserve the energy, most likely. It blows my mind, Tony, that they can look at Voyager 1 and say, oh, wow, since 1980, this bugger's been sitting there, There's a problem if it's cold in space. Why isn't ice forming around these objects? Is it because ice doesn't form in space? We know it does. Very, very odd. You'd think that these objects would be in freezing temperatures and just, like minus 400 something degrees for James Webb telescope. It's a little crazy, but thank you. The action and the movement that there is on the moon, in my opinion, it is us who do the cleaning before the arrival of Musk and cameras. They must also mining prospects. Oh, I read that before. It came up afterwards. That was a good one. Light year, the distance light year travels in a year, 186,000 miles per second. Yeah, but how many trillions? Yeah, exactly. 5.88 trillion miles. 9.46 trillion kilometers. That is one voyage you'll do. You'll never do another one. You'd have to be traveling freaking fast to be able to get there fast. It's not because it's a light year away, it's going to take you a year to get there. Take you a hell of a lot longer than that to get there, depending on what speed you're traveling. Thank you for that, Emmy. Never remember it by heart, but I know it's into the trillions of miles. So imagine. Bruce, so do you think they're going to the moon when they take their paid rides? I think an exclusive group of people get the chance to go to the moon. It will be people that will have invested in the moon. It will be people that will have signed a contract on never to talk about what happened, if not death, definitely. Queen Regina Palmer. Lucky you. To the moon. I think so, Kimberly. I think a very limited few people get the chance to literally go to the moon. When I say go to the moon, it would probably be coming close to a part of the moon. So they can go close to, they can fly up there with all the windows closed and sealed up because obviously, because of the fire and stuff, it's just a protection for everyone. Don't worry. Once we stop, you'll be able to get a view of the moon. And then they stop. Then they stop the rocket, and then they play a TV screen that's outside all the windows, maybe to show the moon, or you can watch the moon from up off the surface on the bottom where there's probably lots of clouds, and I bet you they'd be pretty visible there. Yeah, Glenn, it can be all nonsense. It might not even exist. They're maybe not even real, the Voyagers. They've been here for ages, eh? Tony says, Bruce, NASA can't explain how Voyager's computer was reprogrammed in space. Oh, was it? I wonder how that, hey, Scratch, I wonder how the hell that happened. It makes no sense that they can communicate with something that's that far away. It makes no sense. Billions of miles away. Ridiculous. What is look up on Earth what the furthest distance is of communications on Earth. I don't even know if we can communicate straight around the world. I don't even know if it's possible. I've spoken to someone in Dominican Republic from here, and I tell you, it takes at least 7 to 8, 9 seconds to hear what they're saying, and there's a fuzz over the voice like crazy. But of course, we're just humans, right? We get the small pack. We don't get the big satellites, pretty sure. Thanks for everything, you guys. Julie, everybody. We made it to 10 o'clock, my friends. Sometimes it makes me wonder about Noah and the flood. I think of it a lot, the theories about it. If space is like water from Mars to here, 40 days and 40 nights. Yep. 40 days and 40 nights traveling through space. I get you loud and clear on that. Makes sense. And don't forget, 40 days and 40 nights in the Bible could be a code for something else. You know, they say water's over and under the firmament. It's interesting, eh? Somewhere, I think it's a beautiful theory that it could be that our God was alien and that they would have omitted that out of the Bible, not telling us exactly the entire truth, not necessarily lying about it, but just leaving it out. Wish I was an expert in astronomy so to be able to spot out of place hovering lights. Yes, I hear you on that, but they probably don't know themselves. I don't think anybody knows what's going on with those lights. And for whatever the reason, don't forget the Pentagon did say they want to shoot one down. Okay. They want to capture one. They didn't say shoot it down. I'm just assuming that's what they're going to do. So are they going to try to contain it? So they'll get close to those lights. They'll try to find out, and look at the lights we're seeing on the moon could also be photonic energy also. Lights are seen differently in space. So are flames and colors. I'm just trying to study that. I've been studying that all week about the fires on the moon. There's so much to learn. It'd be impossible to be a genius in all the fields and to know everything about the planets and the sun and everything, But I'm learning a lot, especially with you people also. Bruce Inuit Elder tells NASA that he gets 1 hour a day extra light, and the stars have moved 10 degrees in the sky. Earth has shifted. 101%. I believe it. I've been here for years talking about it. And last year, it started being drastically apparent when I went outside. It's not hard. Look every morning at the sun and the moon when it's up and look at the stars every chance you get. You are going to notice a shift. Remember a couple months back when I showed Jupiter, the stars that are behind it, where everything was, all the stars and Jupiter, everything was shifting over sideways. And then people are like, well, maybe Bruce, it's not the planet shifting. Maybe it's Earth that's shifting. We're changing places. It has to do, okay, I also looked into the rotational speed of Earth. They say that Earth is slowed down. Is it slowed down or, I'm sorry, it's sped up, if I'm not mistaken now. I'm talking about maybe a split or 2 split seconds, or I don't know how long they said that it sped up, maybe a second, but it's not going to change, they say, in the day where we're going to say, wow, it's changing. But I think they were wrong about that. I think we are going to notice it. If you look up in Quebec, the snow is going to stay here till the end of May in Quebec. And that started a couple years ago when the snow, where the town picks it up and goes and brings it in this big pile. That's what we do here anyways. We have a lot of snow. The snow gets compacted and it lasts a long time. There could be snow till June, July, even go into the winter after there. So it's totally understandable that Antarctica has all that snow. But it's melting fast, eh? It really is melting fast. We're going to see some surfaces of some new areas. Did you see in Antarctica last year? They said there's an iceberg, or was it? No, it was an island that started melting, and they were afraid that it was going to melt really quickly. And the next day, it had completely melted the part of the island. You could see the ground, guys. So Are there any UFOs under that ice? Some people said they deliberately hid what was there and put ice over it. Whether they put ice over it or not, every empire and castle or dwelling or whatever is there, if it was a real ice age and they were really right about that, whatever would be there would be what was left when everybody died and passed away. Maybe not as advanced as we are now. Like, look, when we leave here, or if something happened here, a meteor tonight, you must know that in only 20 years, probably New York would be completely overgrown with vegetation. You know, it would be hard to probably even be able to tell that there were buildings. That's how much everything would be overgrown. We take care of the grass. We take care of the towns. We cut the trees, leave it go for 20 years. All the roads would be cracked. Buildings would crack and crumble. It would not be too long. So when you look on the moon and you see there's a possibility of some square objects being there, it is scary. Imagine if there was a cataclysmic event, an apocalyptic event on the moon. It would mean that if that's so, when going back to the moon and landing on the moon, we would be able to see where everything was left, where and how the people died. They'd be laying right there where they are over all these years, and look at it like you want. The moon, I just don't believe that it's frozen. I don't believe there's the craters that go down, plunge down to 5, 6, 7, minus 700 degrees. I have a hard time believing that. The moon is an Earth's geocorona. Earth's oxygen extends 100,000 miles way past the moon. So there has to be some vegetation and rain on the moon. Ladies and gents, I thank you so much for the interest that you have in the channel, for the amazing contributions. If you're here, you're definitely contributing to the channel. And thanks those who go the extra mile and for the amazing help from Julie, William, and everybody. Thanks for the generous contributions, guys. I really appreciate it. The stats. I'm going up here. Probably missed a lot, eh? Thanks, you guys. So, thank you so much for coming by the stream, you guys. Dargis Gunner from Brixton, London, United Kingdom. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks again, Emmy, for coming by. Bruce, when I teach junior and senior students astronomy, hey, guys, that is something cool. And Tony, you are definitely going to have to come on. Tony taught astronomy, guys, so he knows a shitload more than me. I always start them using 20 by 50 binoculars first to learn constellations. Straight up. It's what I did to learn the constellations. I'm no genius. When I went outside, Tony, and I looked up and Orion was in the sky, then I realized a couple more months into the year, couldn't see it anymore. Oh my God, guys, Orion is nowhere to be seen. Through the years, you learn more. And winter constellations, there's summer constellations, certain constellations you don't see. There's certain constellations that never move in the North Star, and so that. But it remains very, very interesting. It must be something really fun, actually, be able to teach both senior and junior. That's pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that, Tony. So that's what is causing all the wind. I had noticed we have more than I've had in the past in Virginia, USA. Absolutely. Mary McMahon. I'm trying to pronounce it right. Danny. What's up, Bruce? I'm late. a show watching from San Angelo, Texas. I appreciate it, you guys. Can't thank you all enough for the amazing support you give this channel. Thanks for enduring me, complaining about my sore backs, and ranting about my UFOs on the moon and how people aren't coming to the channel. It's an amazing channel. It was an amazing thing in life to have a YouTube channel. Yeah, Eric, I'm tired of the wind myself, bro. It's getting really, really crazy. That was an hour ago, you guys. I'm always so sorry not being able to answer all the comments, but I always go back and look afterwards, and I see a lot of comments that I missed, and I'm going to answer all the comments on both live streams and the comments on the last video. I've been doing it. I've always been doing it here, answering all comments until one day I was no longer able to answer all the comments. That was the best day of my life because there was so much more support. But I think we're lucky to still be up. I'm lucky to still be up. Hey, Rex. Bonjour, Rex. Thanks again, Danny. I'm lucky to still be up here. That's how I look at it, because it's a very controversial website. But I don't put down the government. Well, I do, but not because of space. Like, they're idiots. But I'm not talking about, oh, NASA's doing this or NASA's doing that. I try not to put them down. So I'm just sort of sharing what I see on the moon. But in reality, what I'm showing is definitely top secret. How much do they know about what I showed? Probably everything, most likely. The 3 branches. Thanks again, Mary, for being here. So we got the alignment that's occurring. So you guys and gals, check this week to see when you can see it in the pre-dawn sky and low on the horizon. That's my problem. Sometimes I can't see the first 3 stars, but I will be looking, and I'll be checking outside, even though it's raining now. During the week, and I get some more great videos up, get some more member videos up. Thanks, everybody. I love you so much. See you soon. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe, you guys.